All right, today we are going to go over Lesson 1, Identify Stylistic Elements in Classical Literature. So our vocabulary, I'll read through it, and this vocabulary is important because there will be a lot of questions down in the question box down there that refer back to our vocabulary. So first we have classical literature. So classical literature is the literature of ancient Greece, Rome, China, and other major countries. Fable is a short fictional story that teaches a moral or lesson. A legend is a story from the past believed to be true but has not been proven true. A myth is a fictional story that is part of a culture's history. Style is the construction of a story, so the way that a story is built. Stylistic elements are techniques or devices that make a story more interesting or meaningful. And then a tall tale is a story that contains impossible, exaggerated details. So we're going to read through each of these types of stories and then work on the questions. So it says traditional stories and classical literature. So traditional stories have been passed down from generation to generation, and many different cultures share the same stories. People from various cultures would be familiar with traditional stories such as Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, The Tortoise and the Hare, and Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Traditional literature includes fairy tales, tall tales, legends, and fables. All of these are also called folk tales. And then we have classical literature, also known as traditional literature. It's the literature of ancient Greece, Rome, China, and other major countries that originated from around 1000 BC to 410 AD. These include the famous myths and legends of ancient Greece and Rome, such as the adventures of Hercules, King Midas in the Golden Touch, and the journey of Odysseus. All right, so next we're going to go into fairy tales, which are traditional tales. So fairy tales. Some popular fairy tales include Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Little Red Riding Hood, and The Emperor's New Clothes. These imaginative stories often include good and evil characters. Many cultures have different versions of fairy tales that have been told for generations. These are similar to folk tales. However, folk tales first came from the oral tradition, telling the stories from parents to children and so on.
At this time, we are ready.
All right, and then we have tall tales. So a tall tale is a larger-than-life story. It contains impossible or exaggerated details. One of the most popular characters in American tall tales is Paul Bunyan. There are many stories about Paul Bunyan and his spectacular feats. The following story tells about his birth. So it says, Paul Bunyan was born in Maine. When 3 weeks old, he rolled around so much in his sleep that he destroyed 4 square miles of standing timber. Then they built a floating cradle for him and anchored it off Eastport. When Paul rocked in his cradle, it caused a 75-foot tide in the Bay of Fundy, and several villages were washed away. He couldn't be wakened, however, until the British Navy was called out and fired broadsides for 7 hours. By Esther Shepard, Pacific Review. So the story about Paul Bunyan is saying he is gigantic even as a baby. So exaggeration is an important element in a tall tale. The exaggeration in a tall tale is the purpose of humor. Next we have legends. So a legend is a story from the past. It is believed by many to be true but has not been proven true. That's important. Some popular legends include stories about the Loch Ness Monster, Robin Hood, and El Dorado. There are many legends about the British King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Although some people believe King Arthur was a real king, there's little evidence that he actually even existed. Fables. So a fable is a short fictional story that teaches a moral or lesson. Many fables have animals as characters. That is important, and it's important also to point out it's a moral or lesson at the end. A fable also states a moral at the end. In Unit 1, you will read the fable, The Lion and the Mouse, that had the moral that no act of kindness, whether big or small, is wasted. Next, we have myths. So many myths are part of classical literature. A myth is a fictional story that is part of the culture's history. Often, myths are used to explain why certain events in nature occur, like why the sun rises and sets, or why dogs and cats do not get along. So that's important. Many myths involve gods and goddesses such as Zeus, Athena, and Poseidon. Gods and goddesses are often called deities, meaning immortals or beings who live forever. So you can take a minute and pause my video and watch this quick little review of different types of classical literature. And then go down to this chart. So in our definition, stylistic elements was a definition. So here we have a chart that has stylistic elements in traditional and classical literature. So style is the construction of a story or how it's told. A stylistic element is a technique or device that makes a story more interesting or meaningful. Traditional and classical texts have certain stylistic elements in common. So it says, read the following chart that explains these elements. So these will probably sound very familiar to you. So the first stylistic element is the rule of three. So this is just a writing strategy in which things come in groups of three. And it's supposed to make the story more satisfying, effective, and memorable. So for example, Aladdin had 3 wishes from the genie. The 3 little pigs had 3 pigs. And Goldilocks and the 3 bears had 3 bears. Next, we have the magic helper. So this is where a character possesses a magical power or assists the hero of the story on their journey. And it's exciting for the reader, inferring that supernatural worlds exist. So for Cinderella, her fairy godmother is this magic helper. And for Aladdin, it would be the genie. All right, next is for our third stylistic element is the hero's journey or task. So this is where a hero of a story is faced with a difficult journey or an impossible task. The hero must overcome dangers and difficulties, and readers like to identify with challenges and successes of their heroes. So an example could be Little Red Riding Hood's journey to her grandmother's house, Cinderella getting to the ball, or Jack in the Beanstalk. Jack has to defeat a giant that lives on top of a beanstalk. Those would all be a hero's journey. Then next we have transformation. So this is where the hero is transformed or changed in some way. The transformation is an important part of the story and affects the outcome of the story. And this story element has positive outcomes that enhance the reader's pleasure and leave them in a positive mood. So for Cinderella, it'd be from going from a maid to a princess, Aladdin going from a beggar to a prince, and then in Beauty and the Beast, it would be the beast going from a beast back to a prince. And then the role of the trickster is our final stylistic element. It says a character will lie and deceive to win or overcome another character. So in the 3 Little Pigs, it would have been the wolf was our trickster. And then other African American tales about signifying monkey or briar rabbit could be a trickster. So go down to the questions. I'm not going to answer them for you, but I will give you some hints on where you can find the answers. So in this first section, it says match the types of traditional stories with the descriptions. So these are all of our definitions, our vocabulary definitions and terms that we saw at the very beginning of this lesson. So all you have to do is read through these definitions and match them with the term. All of this can be found at the top here. So pretty simple. Just read the definition and the term and match them. Next, go to number 2. It says the literature of ancient Greece, Rome, and China and other major countries is called what? So again, it would be important for you to go back to the definitions and terms at the beginning of the lesson because it's defined there. It is also defined in this section of our lesson, traditional and classical literature. So read back through here and try to find the term where literature is of ancient Greece, Rome, and China. You'll find that in the first part of our lesson. Then go to number 3. So it says in literature, blank is the construction of the story. Again, this can be found in our vocabulary at the top of our lesson. So I would look back up here. All right. So number 4, it says a technique or device that makes a story more interesting or meaningful to readers is called what? This is also in your vocabulary. So go back up and check if you're not sure. All right, so number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 can all be found in the chart, the stylistic elements chart. So I will read the questions to you in case you have difficulty reading it, but all of the answers here are going to be found up in this chart. So you're just going to have to go back, maybe pause my video and go back up to refer to this chart to find the answers. All right, so it says, for number 5, the story The Three Little Pigs has the stylistic element of the blank, which makes a story more satisfying, effective, and what? So go back up to the chart and find the stylistic element. So the stylistic element is on the left side of the chart. Find the one that matches this description. So we have resolution and static, theme, educational, rule of 3, memorable, or plot and classic. Number 6, in The Three Little Pigs, the wolf is trying to trick the pigs into letting him in so he can eat them. Therefore, the story has the blank stylistic element. So think about the word trick. That could be a good clue. So magic helper, transform, rule of 3, or rule of the trickster. All right. The number 7, it says, in Cinderella, the fairy godmother has magical powers to give Cinderella a beautiful gown and a coach to go to the prince's party. The godmother is an example of what stylistic element? So think about the godmother and her role in this story. So is it role of the trickster, hero's journey or task, magic helper, or rule of 3? And remember, go back to the chart if you're unsure. The answers are explicitly there. Number 8, in Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack has to defeat the giant who lives at the top of the beanstalk. This stylistic element is the what? So think about having to go on a trip or a journey and travel to defeat something. So rule of the trickster, rule of 3, transformation, or hero's journey and task. The last one, number 9. In the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast used to be a prince, but was punished and turned into an animal. At the end of the story, the prince is changed back into human. So this is the stylistic element of what? So think about the terms turned into an animal, changed back. All right, that should help you find the answer. Is it transformation, hero's journey or task, rule of 3, or magic helper? All right, so remember all these answers are back in the text. You just have to look and you'll find them. They're explicitly there. And I will see you for our next lesson. See ya.